How we doing, guys? And of course it is the North London derby, and this is my combined Arsenal and Tottenham 11. So of course it is the North London derby, and I've decided to do a combined Arsenal and Spurs 11. Now, I know you're going to sit there before the video even starts and you're going to go, I know what DT's up to. He's going to pick a whole entire 11 of Arsenal. Well, I'm actually not. I'm going to be unbiased. I'm going to try and be I'm going to try and actually be neutral to some capacity, shall we say. I'll give my points, my reasons behind, my decisions and the players that I pick. And then you can agree or disagree. It's as simple as that. So let's go and get into this 11 straight away. Goalkeeper, Hugo Lloris or Aaron Ramsdale. Now, a couple of years ago, you'd probably have to go with Hugo Lloris, but I don't think he's the goalkeeper that he once was a couple of years or so ago. I think even if you speak to Spurs fans, he's making a lot of mistakes. Even since the World Cup, the Aston Villa game, first goal was because of Hugo Lloris. I look at Aaron Ramsdale and I think over the last couple of weeks, he's got a little bit sloppy in some of his play, his distribution. Maybe he's getting a bit bored because he's not having a lot to do. And that comes down to concentration. But I look at that and I think, if I had to choose between either goalkeeper right now, I'm picking Aaron Ramsdale. I think that he's consistently better. Arsenal are the second best defence in the Premier League. And like I said, Hugo Lloris is not the player he once was. And I'm looking at Aaron Ramsdale and I'm picking him all day long. It's as simple as that. Going to move into the defence. First of all, on the right-hand side. This is going to be the most easiest decision that we make in this 11. You've got Ben White, Arsenal. And then, of course, with Spurs, you've got Dead Spence. You've got Emerson Royale. And they're all not going to get ahead of Ben White. Absolutely no chance. Ben White is being one of the best right backs in the Premier League this season. It's as simple as that. Don't debate me. Don't question it. Don't even think about it. Ben White goes at right back all day long. Now we move into centre defence. Now we're going to go with the right hand side first of all. And I suppose that you're looking at that and you're thinking, all right, it'll be between Romero and William Saliba. Now, of course, Romero just won a World Cup with Argentina and he is a very good defender. William Saliba, just starting out in his career, internationally as well. He was at the World Cup with France, but didn't get a lot of minutes. But, his time will come later down the line. I think right now, based on the experience and everything else, you're going to have to go with Romero. To put it into context, if you were to give me the option right now of swapping Romero and William Saliba, no chance. I wouldn't swap William Saliba with Romero at all. Because I think the ceiling for William Saliba is so high. And the years that we're going to have a top level centre-back goes without saying. So for me, I wouldn't be swapping. But right now, Romero would have to start. And that's based on the experience and everything else. So that's what I would go with. On the left of the centre-back positions, I don't think there's a debate with this one. You look at the rest of Spurs' defenders and you've got the likes of Davinson Sanchez. You've got the likes of Eric Dyer. And then you've got Gabriel. Absolutely no chance does any of those names I just mentioned start ahead of Gabriel. Gabriel has been immense this season. And I think it goes very much under the radar. I think there's this misconception that Gabriel's a bit of a liability. And yes, he does have those odd moments within him. But he has been exceptional. For about a month or so before the World Cup. And since returning from the World Cup, immense. Don't even question this one. Gabriel all day long starts in that left centre-back position. Left-back position. And again, I don't think this is much of a debate, to be quite honest with you. You're looking at Spurs and they've got the likes of, I can't remember his name now. That just shows how badly that, they're not really doing nothing. But I know that Perisic has been used as a wing back. But what is his name that plays there as a left back for Spurs? Ryan Sessegnon, that's it. That's predominantly who plays there. Of course, you do have the likes of Davis as well. But then you're going up against Zinchenko. No. Absolutely not. None of those players that I've mentioned get in ahead of Zinchenko. Really? Nah. You look at Kieran Tierney. Unbelievable left back. But when Zinchenko plays, you see the difference between the two in the specific role that Mikel Arteta expects his fullbacks to play. Not even a debate. Zinchenko goes left back all day long. Going to move to the two in midfield. First of all, you will have Thomas Partey, of course. And then you will be looking at Spurs and you've got Højbjerg. Really? Do we have to debate this one as well? Thomas Partey is one of the best defensive midfielders in the Premier League. He is better now than he was at Atletico Madrid. He is immense. Højbjerg's not a bad player. Don't get me wrong. He's not awful. But better than Thomas Partey. And put him ahead of Thomas Partey. Behave yourself. No debate at all. Thomas Partey all day long. Next up, we will have Granit Xhaka for Arsenal. And then you can have the likes of Bentancur for Spurs. Now, don't get me wrong. Bentancur is a good player. I've seen a bit of him and he's decent. And maybe a year ago, you probably put Bentancur ahead of Granit Xhaka. But going by this season, it's not even a debate, is it? Really? Granit Xhaka has been immense. Immense. So, again, very easy one for me. Granit Xhaka goes in there alongside Thomas Partey. In the attacking areas now. First of all, on the right-hand side, of course, you will have Bukayo Saka and then you will have Kulusevski for Spurs. Now, I like Kulusevski. I think he's a quality player. And, ironically, he's an Arsenal fan. Yes, he is an Arsenal fan. I think most of you would have seen the pictures of him next to Thierry Henry's statue at the Emirates. And he's openly said on a podcast, I believe it was, that he is an Arsenal fan. But he's had a few injury problems. And if you're going to compare him against Bukayo Saka, there's only one winner. And that is Bukayo Saka. Immense this season. Everything he does has just been immense. So no disrespect to Kulusevski because I do like him. And I think there are a lot of fans that, you know, if you take your Arsenal hat off, you will say, yeah, he's a good player. And wouldn't mind him at Arsenal ourselves. It'd be a good option to have behind Saka, that's for sure. But Bukayo Saka, he starts all day long. In the middle of the three, of course, Martin Odegaard with Arsenal. Now, with Spurs, it's a bit of a strange one, given their formation. Harry Kane spends a lot of his time in that 10 position. And you're looking at the rest of the players that are in there. And I don't think there's really anyone there that's going to compare against Martin Odegaard. In all honesty, no, there's nobody. Really? Somebody let me know in the comment section if there's anybody that can play that position better than Martin Odegaard for Spurs. There isn't. So it's as simple as that. So Martin Odegaard, he goes there all day long. On the left-hand side, you're going to have Martinelli at Arsenal. And then you're looking at Spurs and you've got the likes of Perisic and you've got the likes of Heung-min Son. And again, I'd say a year or so ago, it'd be Heung-min Son all day long. But he has had a terrible season. Terrible season. Struggling to score goals, struggling to find form. And he's not the player he was a year ago. So we are living in the now, not the past. And like I said, a year or so ago, you would have picked Heung-min Son all day long. Perisic, experienced, good player, hasn't even scored a Premier League goal. Could even throw Richarlison into that mix. Hasn't scored a Premier League goal. Martinelli has been superb. So you're going to have to pick Martinelli. It's as simple as that. Argue all you want. I'm not living in the past. Like I said, Heung-min Son a year ago, granted, you'd have to pick him. Right now, no. You're not picking him, are you? Nah. Gonna go to the main striker. And I think this one is an easy decision. Of course, my selection is based on players that are fit and going to be playing over the course of the game. Jesus, of course, is injured. And, despite Eddie having a great little run and whatnot, you're going up against Harry Kane. And I think there's only one winner in this one, and it will be Harry Kane. Of course, another Tottenham player that is an Arsenal fan. Now, I believe he only needs one more goal to equal Spurs' all-time goal-scoring record by Jimmy Greaves. I think it's either equal or beat it. Ironic. Comes up against Arsenal. I think you can probably bet on Harry Kane getting a penalty on Sunday, because that always happens against Arsenal. He always gets a penalty and he always scores. But as long as we win the game, you don't really care, do you? But yeah, for this one, all day long, it would have to be Harry Kane. He starts it, and there's no question about that one. So there we go. That is the 1 to 11. I've been very objective. I've been very, complimentary, shall we say, to some of the Spurs players. When you're looking at that lineup, Ramsdale, Ben White, Romero, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Partey, Xhaka, Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, Harry Kane. I think that, like I said, Romero and Harry Kane are the only two that you could have an argument over. And that's about it. 9 of the 11 will be Arsenal players and 2 will be Spurs. And I think I'm being generous there. Harry Kane's probably the only one where you really nail on, say, 100%. But there will be arguments over Romero and Saliba. But for me, that is what I would go with. I'm looking at, the Spurs players, and there's some good players in there. Don't get me wrong. But they're not going to get ahead of the Arsenal ones right now. And like I said, a year ago, Heung-min Son would have got straight in there all day long. But right now, current form, the way the season's gone, no chance does he get ahead of Martinelli. No chance. So don't live in the past. Okay? Live in the now. But listen, that is it for my combined 1 to 11. There's going to be so much content coming out over the next few days. Of course, there's going to be the preview to the game. There's going to be a watch along. There's going to be player ratings, review of it, everything else. So many videos. I cannot wait for this one. North London Derby. It's a big game and we need to get those 3 points, and we need to banish the previous memories of going to Spurs. So listen, if you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.